righty. Do I look presentable? Yes. Okay. Who is my next appointment? Let's see. Are you my next appointment? Care to tell me your name? Yeah, okay, that checks out. That's weird though. I mean, what's going on in the dating world if someone like you needs our help? And I'm not gonna say anything about that because it means that I got to spend some time with a cutie. So I'm all fine with that. Come on then, just relax. No one's gonna bite you unless you're into that. Okay, I already got your name. Would you mind telling me your age, your pronouns, and your sexuality? Okay. Perfect. That's great, thank you so much. Now, you are here to find a perfect partner for yourself, isn't that right? Okay, we can help with that, definitely. We've got a lot of people, desperate souls reaching out to us. I just never expected the poor unfortunate soul to be a cutie like you. That's weird. But fret not, I will find you the best partner for you. So we're gonna start with some questions. I have 30 questions for you. They're nothing too personal because we believe that to, ask way too personal questions would be too invasive, but it's just something that shows the kind of person you are, and then we compare your answers with the answers of other souls and in our database, and we find you a perfect partner for you. Does that sound good? Yeah, great. Okay, then, are you ready to start with some questions? Perfect. So, first question. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? Ah, that's nice. Okay, and why? That's reasonable. Great, perfect. First question done. Wasn't so bad, was it? Now, question number. What really makes you angry? Like something that infuriates you? Yeah. No, yeah, I'm definitely with you right there. Agreed. Okay, and what's your favorite book to read? Maybe you like to reread a book, or maybe you read a book that just left such a great impression on you. Okay. That's nice. Okay. Good. That's good. Well, I'm not going to be sharing my answers with you because, why would I? But I am in the base, We have my data there as well, so maybe we are a perfect match made in heaven. But we never know. We never know. Okay, question number 4. What makes you laugh the most? Something that genuinely makes, your belly hurt from laughing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And if you had to choose to eat one meal till the rest of your life, what would it be? Just one dish, one meal. Meal would probably be like a breakfast, right? Breakfast, lunch, dinner. That's a very incorrect one dish. Yeah, in a way. Nice. Okay. Good. Now, have you ever had a nickname? Maybe when you were a kid, maybe when you got older, maybe it's a nickname from your friends, from your family, your classmates, anyone. Aw, that's cute. That's very cute. Good. Okay, would you rather win a lottery or work at a perfect job? Like something that you've always dreamt about, that kind of job. So would you rather, have that job, that position, that company, maybe even? I don't know how deeply you thought about it. But would you rather that or just win a lottery and never work for the rest of your life? Okay. Okay. Now, if you could change one thing in the past, what would it be? And let's actually split it into two questions. First is one thing from your past and one thing from historical past. Or maybe if you don't have an answer from one of those points, just give me one thing from either that or that. Just answer however you're comfortable. Okay. Nice. Okay. Good. Good. Now, favorite childhood memory. That's it. Favorite childhood memory. I think this is one of my most favorite questions in the questionnaire because no matter what background the person has, like we're all of us, we have different backgrounds, but there is always a favorite childhood memory. There has to be one, and it's so interesting to just see how they may differ. That's nice. Okay, so next one, what song would you say best sums you up? Like your personality, your traits, maybe your story as a person. Okay. And who is it by? Good. Right. Question number 11. We've gotten the first 10 questions. Congratulations. So, what song always gets you out on the dance floor? Like the song that you hear and you just can't stop, just can't. Think about it. Think about it very good. That's a great choice. Yeah, I'd definitely dance to that. Is it by... Yeah, yeah, I get it. I agree. Absolutely. Okay. What is your strangest talent? Yeah, strangest talent. Like, you know, some people can tie like the knots with their tongue. Yeah, or some people can perfectly mimic like dolphins or something. What would be yours? That's okay. How did you find that out? Really? That's funny. Okay. Yeah. I like you. I really like you. Okay. What song, again, yes, song, would what would describe you? But that was already a question. They need to rethink their list of questions. Okay, gotta move on then. What fictional place would you most like to go to? That is a good question. I would say it's one of those questions, the answer to which really makes a difference, because if someone's a nerd, they just nerd out completely, and we try to find people with similar interests. So, what would be your fantasy world? To be honest, yeah, that's my favorite question, I'd say. Well, I already said I cannot tell you my own answers. But let's say I'm really into wizards. If you catch my drift. Alright. Next page. If you could have a superpower, what would it be? Okay. Don't like. Well, some people actually say that they don't want superpowers. Yeah, they say it's a lot of pressure because a lot of people expect, if you have superpowers, then you have to be a superhero, which not a lot of people actually want to carry that weight on their shoulders. Yeah. Which also shows how different people can, think of different questions and interpret them. Okay, this one is deep. If you knew that the answer to one question would be yes 100%, like it's definitely the answer will be yes, what question would you ask? Okay, that's an interesting one. I don't think I've heard anyone say that before. Good. Next question. The thing that you are embarrassed about. This one is a little bit on a deeper side of it, right? A bit more personal, but still. What is something you're embarrassed about? Well, I mean, the thing is, it's in the past anyway, so we can laugh about it, right? Yeah. Are you collecting anything like mugs, dolls, rocks, anything? That's cute. Aww. You're adorable. Oh my god. This cutie patootie. Okay. What's your. Wait. They have the same question again. What's going on? It's going from 30 questions to 28 really quickly. Okay, if you had a chance to move to any place on Earth, right? Kind of, you think that it resembles the first question? No. Ooh. But if you had a chance to move to any place on Earth, but then you could never move anywhere else, what place would it be? So the first question would be, right, if you could live anywhere, where would it be? But this question is like you could never leave this place, never. So it's not maybe not your ideal destination, but it's just something that you are so sure that you would feel comfortable just staying there forever. What place would it be? Alright. Yeah, I think one of the most popular answers to that question is actually just staying home. Because it's something where you're already used to everything. And even if it's not perfect or if it's not everything you ever dreamt about, it's just something familiar. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going back from this kind of deep questions. What is your favorite artist? And if you cannot choose one, then you have to, come up with top 5 favorite artists. So you cannot say 2 artists or 3, it's either 1 or 5. And if it's 5, then they should be like more or less like in an actual top, not just 5 randomly in a random order, but more like. So essentially, there would be a one favorite artist, but it's technicality. Go. Good. Now, if you could turn into a character of a film and you would have to live one day of their lives, what film and what character would that be? Think about it very carefully, because you have to live one day of their life. So, what character would, have a life that you sort of think, oh yeah, I could live that. It'd be nice. Because I assume it wouldn't be something out of, zombie apocalypse, because who wants to live in a zombie apocalypse? The world is already in fire, Anyway. Okay. Good. Now, do you like to hug or to be hugged? Or do you like hugs in general? So it's kind of sort of resembles a question about are you a big spoon or a little spoon, but it's more about hugs. Because like, do you usually initiate hugs? Or do you just accept hugs? Or is it like goes both ways because you've surrounded yourself with other huggers? Good. Moving on to another side, and this is the last side of the questionnaire. What present do you find to be the best? Like, what is the best present, do you think? Tricky one, I know. Oh, okay. Great. Now, if other planets were suitable for life, which one would you decide to live on? Great. Now, would you prefer to be a vampire or a werewolf? Good. If you like alcohol, then what alcohol is your favorite? Are you sure that our planet isn't flat? Okay. Just in case, I would hate to pair you up with someone, a flat earth or something. Okay. Now, Titanic, Jack or Callan? Well, you could look at the characters under different circumstances, under different lights, and find some positive sides, even with the ones that are like portrayed to be negative. So, just in case. And now, final question is a round of this or that. So just don't think about it too much, just answer quickly. Okay? Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Good. Left or right? Tea or coffee? Black or white? Hot or cold? Sweet or salty or savory? Sense of smell or sense of taste? Johnny Depp or Brad Pitt? Summer or winter? Apple or pear? Gold or silver? Soft or hot? Coke or Pepsi? Finally, fried or boiled? Good. Now, this was the questionnaire that I had for you. Now, I'm going to be putting your answers into our system. That's the word, not database. System. And it's gonna be doing its magic, and it will come up with a few candidates that the system thinks are best for you, and then I will manually go through them, and judged by your vibe that we had today, I'm gonna be selecting like 2 or 3 of candidates. I will send them to you, and then we're gonna help you get ready for your date and all of that kind of stuff. So does that sound good? Perfect. Then yeah, I'm putting this away. And before you go, wait a second, I have here some cards. They are Avatar The Last Airbender inspired cards, but I'm gonna see what kind of vibe are we expecting from this, okay? Okay. Now, pick a card. Pick a card, pick a card, pick a card. Which one? this one. Alright. Let's see what you got. Mentor. This, I think, is a great card because it basically means that your partner will be someone who can help you work through some maybe stages of your life, like they're gonna guide you. And I think this is great. I think every partner should be kind of a mentor for their partner. This is great. Oh my god, I'm so excited for you. This is amazing. Alright. Then thank you so much for coming today. Just wait for the results in the upcoming week, and I will see you soon, okay? Okay, bye bye then. Have a good evening.